Welcome back to The Terrible Old Man. I'm your host, the Manfromleng, and we are playing The Sinking City. In our last episode, we figured out who the real killer of Johannes van der Berg was, Mr. Glenn Byers. We have framed the mayor for murder, or at least his involvement in the murder. And then we received a summons from Johannes van der Berg, who was supposedly dead, to meet him at the Devil's Reef Hotel. So that is where we are going to head next. So I'm not entirely sure what is going on at this point. I thought when we killed the gang members, like Billy and whatnot last episode, we were sort of setting up that we had... Seems like we're breaking down all the cults in this city. We haven't been to the Devil's Reef in quite a while, though, so I can't even remember where it is, to be honest. There it is right there. So, what do you think? Is he dead? Not dead? Hurry. Let's go up to our... Oh. Note about the hobo signs. Darren, I think I've heard... Oh yeah, this is like... We didn't pick that up the last time. That's just a note about the signs on the doors and whatnot. Well, well, well. Look who's here.
How is this possible?
At last, Mr. Reed. I heard about your recent case. Let me congratulate you. You've truly outdone yourself this time. A question, if I may.
Yeah, you're alive.
I've got a question. How on earth are you still alive?
What can I say? Perhaps next time you should make sure you finished the job.
It wasn't me, and you know it. All I went through, and there was no murder to begin with.
The prosecution would beg to differ. They had all they needed. A victim, a method, and a culprit. The rest is just bells and whistles.
You set me up. You son of a...
I only set the scene.
I'll...
What? Kill me? As amusing as it would be to see you charged with my murder a second time, I'm afraid we have more pressing matters.
What do you mean?
You know exactly what I mean, Mr. Reed. The prophecy. The seal. You have made yourself a part of something momentous. First things first about your case. Your short-sightedness surprised me. Why, Charles? Why hand poor Mr. Byers over to the police?
He was guilty. He pulled the trigger.
Oh, was he? You too have carved a bloody path through this ailing city, Charles. You could at least be consistent in your choices. Regardless, I shall call this experiment a success. In fact, you should consider it a taste of your ultimate trial.
I don't understand. What do you get from all this?
You are headed into the darkness, Mr. Reed. I'm giving you the experience you'll need to find your way through it.
No more riddles, Johannes. If you need something from me, talk.
I am, you're just not listening. You have a great destiny. Destiny beyond comprehension. To be more than a speck of cosmic dust. To make waves across the universe. To end things.
And what?
Everything. You've suffered in this city from the very beginning. From the moment you were born, in fact. Wanting to end it is only natural. But unlike those untold millions before you, you have the power to do so. You can turn mere prophecy into absolute truth.
You don't mean...
The seal of Kotiganar is in your hands. You possess the key to the gates, and all they hold within. You can close them, and cling to mankind's misery for a few more cruel centuries. Or you can open them and end it. And you will do the latter.
Why? Why would I destroy everything?
Because otherwise your life amounts to nothing. Do you know how many chosen few there have been over the centuries? Nameless hordes, sacrificed at the whim of invisible masters. Not unlike those who watered the poppies of Flanders with their blood.
But our sacrifices mattered. We won the war.
A war, with many yet to come. This is your kin's nature, your purpose. To suffer. You're monkeys in an open cage, unwilling to walk out. Only you can make a difference. You can end it all for good.
No.
You're wrong. I'll prove it.
You will prove nothing. You'll die. And at the next turn of the cycle, another will come along who is brave enough to finish the job. Nevertheless, I cannot abandon you, whether you agree with me or not. Your path is too important, even if your choice is beyond my
Wow,
control.
that
You're right about
piece of
one
fabric
thing, at
behind
least.
him is
There
really
is an
doing some hard
archaeologist in
work.
this city. He is very close to unraveling the secret of Katigana. And you'll need his help to get inside. His name is Joseph Hill. Here's his address. Talk to him. Earn his favor.
This is wrong, Johannes. All of it. And I still have no idea why I should even believe you.
The truth is the truth. Whether you believe it or not, you can accept it, or try to put the blindfold back on. It doesn't matter. Farewell, Charles. Whether we speak again or not, I will be watching. And don't lose the seal again, or all your effort in this city would go to waste. We'll meet again, Mr. Reed.
Well, so he set me up to... I hold the fate of Oakmont in my hands. We already knew all this. With the help of the seal, the gates of the sunken prison Kathiganar can be closed for several centuries or opened at last. But I must find a way in, and the only man who can help me with that is local archaeologist Joseph Hill. He lives on Lumbert Street between Helog Street and Hale Lane in eastern Reed Heights. Lumbert between Helog and Hale. All right.
Never again, they say.
Maybe we should change outfits. Maybe a gangster. What do we think? Yeah, let's go gangster. Oh, that's really smart. I look like such a smart person now. So self-defense case completed. We earned a whole Fleeing Phoenix is the new case. Brutus Carpenter, head of the Carpenter Grand family, has announced his resignation, citing his old age and poor health. His son Graham has now taken the family business into his own hands, actively engaging in charity. He is seen Tuesday handing out food and medication. Canning factory murder. The Blackwood Marsh canning factory at last said unusual events. Neighbors reported shooting, screaming, and the sounds of a struggle coming from inside the factory. On arrival to the scene, police discovered the dead body of Evernote Blackwood, the final representative of the Blackwood Grand family. He had been severely wounded and was clearly subject to a most violent attack, though no trace of the criminal has been found. The case remains under investigation by the Oakmont police. Insanity spreading. In recent days, Oakmont has experienced odd outbreaks of sudden madness. They seem to be spreading throughout the city seemingly at random, though witnesses report seeing university scientists at the location of the outbreaks. Dr. Philip Grant of St. Mary's Hospital believes it's all due to a peculiar kind of helminth infestation that apparently originated somewhere around the university. He advises citizens not to neglect their health and visit the hospital for highly effective anti-helminthic treatment at the first signs of disease. EOD is poisoning people. Recently, doctors have reported numerous cases of fatal food poisoning among those who received fish from the organization known as the EOD. What is the reason for these deaths, and what would the EOD stand to gain from them? The questions remain unanswered, but perhaps the famously charitable organization is not all that charitable after all? In any case, we highly advise our readers to stay away from the EOD members and refuse any gifts from them, especially food. The cost of free fish might be your life. Harriet Doe dead. In sad news for many at Oakmont University, beloved scientist Harriet Doe has passed away. The professor of archaeology was found washed up at Calm Shore Marina by a passerby. The Oakmont Chronicle would like to express our sincere condolences to everyone who knew and loved Harriet Doe. Oakmont will mourn the loss of a mind with few peers. So we have found a first aid kit.
No matter how much of this I chug down, the visions always return.
Yeah, that's true. Well, we've explored our room. We already know what's going on in here. So we need to go... we have a new case. Lumbert between Helog and Hale. Okay. Costume unlocked. King's robes. Well, why didn't you unlock it when I was in the room? Not going back for it. Reed Heights. Lumbert. Between Helog and Hale. Okay, so... we're headed back this way. So I don't know, it seems like we're after the whole frame for murder thing, which seems kind of pointless in the end. I'm not too sure what point it served. Perhaps it will become clear. Is this the more dead people?
He tried to escape, but something broke his neck with a single strike.
Oh, great. What do we got for guns? Let's see what we... I think we need to do some crafting. We also have a bunch of skill points. 5 skill points we haven't spent. So 15% chance to save crafting supplies. Crafting explosives. Okay, we can get more sanity. Yeah, okay. Let's do melee attacks. What else? Man-eating eels deal half the damage to you while swimming. Let's increase our vitality. We've got 1 more point. Yeah, we got more pistol rounds, I guess. Alright. Inventory, we need some shotgun shells. Some of the, maybe some more. couple health kits. Can't do grenades. So pretty much loaded up. Alright. Okay. So we can go upstairs. Looks like there's bodies in there. Just appeared out of nowhere right at my feet. Where are we? Okay. We've actually got quite a bit of health. We should heal. I wish I had a grenade.
Help me, please.
That must be the madness. Alright, where are we going here? So many monsters in the basement. Probably many monsters in the Let's go up this time. Oh, look at all that good stuff. I think we can get a grenade out of that. At least. Okay. I'm not sure what they're doing. Okay. Stop it. Undead Mayan. Oh, I'm almost crazy. What was that about? Craziness. So suddenly there's like a Mayan there attacking me? I used all my shotgun shells on her. This is my last warning. This is the last warning, my son. If you proceed with your self-destructive research, I'll take action. I can't watch you kill yourself, corrupt your mind, and sacrifice your health to these old fairy tales about the dead. It's not worth it. Leave it, or I'll leave without you without inheritance. I won't have you spend this money on your own death. N. Hill. So Daddy didn't like it.
Is she gone? Did you get her?
What the hell's going on? I'm sure I shot her dead, but then she ran.
Oh, snub, we are in trouble now. My name is Joseph. Sorry for getting you into this, and thanks.
Charles Reed. I was actually looking for you.
For me? How can I help you?
What on earth just attacked
What do you know
us?
about that thing? The girl that attacked us.
She's Usha, a Mayan priestess, rejected by death itself. I can only imagine what baleful sorcery still keeps her alive.
Unusual, even by this mad city's standards. Why would a Mayan priestess come here? What's special about this house?
It was me she was after. Usha holds a secret older than humanity itself, and she wants to stop me from uncovering it. Don't ask me about it further. I can't say any more.
I need your help to get into Katiganar. This madness must be stopped.
Oh, that's a noble goal, but Vanderberg...
Johannes was the one who told me about you, and about all the things that have happened since the flood.
He did? Well, I underestimated you. We share the same goal, but there's a problem.
What kind of problem?
The Mayan girl, Usha. She was the keeper of the key to Katiganar. We'll need it.
You mean the seal? I have it. Just show me the entrance.
The seal. You've got it. Spectacular. But alas, it doesn't solve our problem.
You're testing my patience, Joseph.
Usha was the last one to open the path below, and she still protects it. We cannot proceed until she's been dealt with.
Is there any way to stop
My
Usha?
bullets did nothing. Do you know of any other ways to fight her?
There are ways to resist her sorcery. I was going to use them myself, but I'm not sure I have the skills to track this thing to her lair.
But didn't she come to you?
She caught me off guard, tried to kill me. I was unprepared. You arrived just in time to scare her off.
I can track her, but then
I'm a
what?
private eye. Tracking Usha won't be a problem. But how do we handle her?
Look, when you locate her lair, come let me know. Meanwhile, I'll prepare our defense against her magics. Then together, we'll banish her.
How can I find
Any
her?
leads on how to track her?
I don't know. But she drinks blood to gain strength. There must be victims, corpses, but thanks to the wild beasts and madness, Oakmont is full of the dead. Though, I did hear rumor of a vampire in Salvation Harbor.
Well, I guess that's better than nothing.
Tell me more about
Johannes
yourself.
told me nothing about you. Can you fill me in before we continue?
I understand. You're curious.
Tell me about the
Face
tattoos.
tattoos are rather unusual. What do they mean?
The Indians gave them to me. I visited a lost pyramid in the jungle. These are marks of wisdom.
Where did you get sick?
Your illness. How did you get it? Is it contagious?
As with many other tropical maladies, it was borne by a certain species of fly. They bred in the wells of the old Mayan temple. Superstitious savages may call it a curse of the gods, but we're people of culture, aren't we?
I've seen enough to not take superstition so lightly these days.
You must have some unique skills.
If Johannes trusts you enough to recommend your help, you must have some unique expertise.
Well, I am an archaeologist, well versed in alchemy and other less academic sciences. I have devoted my life to stopping the end of the world.
Wait, what?
I spent years in the jungle learning from Mayan descendants. The illness forced my return, but I believe Xibalba's entrance is under Oakmont.
You
Xibalba?
say Xibalba?
The world of the dead. It brings disasters, epidemics, madness. The most violent Mayan gods were locked inside and need sacrifices to remain. Different locals gave it different names. Some of them can be traced, their origins identified. But Katigana, it precedes us all.
You want to get beneath
You want to
Oakmont.
get into this place, under Oakmont.
No, no. That place must be closed forever. All that befalls Oakmont has emerged from within its walls.
Well, I agree with that.
That is all I wanted
That's
to know.
plenty. Thanks, Joseph.
Okay, so...
These Mayan artifacts could be the prized jewel in many a museum collection.
Coil springs. Okay, so the whole Mayan angle. Sure, I get it, but why are you introducing it now in the story? Like, I need more rags. If I can get a couple more rags, we'll have grenades. Like, I understand the whole Mayan thing coming, but now it's like all of a sudden it's just like right now it's like, okay, now we're gonna deal with the Mayan, like an undead Mayan priestess shows up, and without any previous, like with no previous what's with all the first aid kits lying around here?
By the looks of these plants, this photo was taken somewhere in South America.
Wow. Charles, you're so smart. Oh.
By the looks of these plants, this photo was taken somewhere in South America.
All right. Well, I think we've bitten off a lot. We've bitten off another huge chunk of stuff this episode. We've got an undead Mayan priestess. The Mayans are somehow now involved in all this mess. As though the craziness in Oakmont wasn't enough. I agree with Charles in that respect. There's no way to get down to this downstairs area, was there? Maybe from the other... I could go look downstairs, but there are monsters there. And I don't know if we need to go fight them right now. So I think that's where we're going to end this episode. We've got a lot of work to do. We've got a Mayan... we've got a vampire now to deal with in Salvation Harbor, which is probably the Mayan woman, but... got all this stuff that... all these documents that we've read already. Yeah, we haven't dealt with the... Yeah, we have all these side quests that we haven't even touched. yeah, tons of side quests. Like we've done a few of the Mystic Tomes. We haven't done any of the letters. All these side quests that we haven't done. We've just been working on the main case, basically, and it's taking a ton of time. So Usha needs blood to become stronger. Hill told me Usha drinks human blood to gain strength. Okay, so we know probably vampire in Salvation Harbor is her. Yeah, so we've got a lot of work to do. We've got lots of side cases we can work on if we wish. But I've been sort of just working on the main case because I'm curious to see what it's all about. The introduction of the Mayan woman comes as a big surprise, but okay. This has been The Terrible Old Man, and I've been your host, the Manfromleng. If you enjoyed this content, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out the channel a great deal. I'll be back with some more Sinking City. Until then, I hope that you have a fantastic day and take care out there. Stay safe.